What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is your breakdown of the chase character for the Gold Vibes event, The Rock, the final boss. And man, he looks good. Like, that model in-game looks good. Updated animations look good. The poster art looks really, really good. I am enjoying this one kind of all the way around. So this dude is a modern era defensive striker. So we do have a modern era Rock other than the special versions like zombies and etc. That we can play with now. In the links, he does have the modern era, but of course also has the bloodline link. Any color moves start with 2 more MP. And his trainer ability at 26k, reinforced gems do 75% more damage. Black moves start with 2 more MP. He's got standard 3 move sets that we're going to take a look at. Some variations on trainers, but the first move set you see right above my head, I am going to call The Rock's Power. Pretty straightforward power gem build for a striker. On the bottom, 6 MP purple move, the Samoan Drop. Deal damage, choose 10 gems to make into black. If the opponent generated at least 1 silence gem, you steal those silence gems, and then you also steal the opponent's turn. Then the People's Punches. Deal damage, choose 2 rows to make into power gems of strength 273,059, and then and that was a 7 MP black. The 8 MP black Flowing DDT. Deal damage, choose a 7x4 area to swap purple. So flawless reload. It's gonna hit those People's Punches. Should be ready turn 1. Variation on some trainers here. So to be ready turn 1 in a feud, you would need to sacrifice one of the 2 of these for Santa Hogan, and you're going to need to make sure you have Woods. Even better would be if you run Carmelo, because you'd start with purple and black, and you could hopefully then make something happen. However, the other moves are 7 and 8, so they would not still start loaded turn 1, even with Carmelo on there. So I've got Woods, plus he's the more common trainer. And then from there, you just deal in power gem people. So whatever power gem people you've got, these are the ones that I'm going with, because he's 75%, she is 25%, and she is 50%. So 150 bonus percentage points right there. You could also sub in your people who are going to make like purple gem damage, because you do make quite a bit of those, but power gem's going to be where you got to play. With this, I am running the Faces of Foley plate. Whenever you make 6 or more black gems, you would generate 5 random gems for 50k. So that's just another 250k damage per swipe. And then I do have your standard strap that is our preview, 50% gem damage with double Fury 2. So let's see how this one does. Just a note, we are facing a 6-star silver now that that's available on the road. Hooray! But we do not yet have the 6-star silvers versions on our accounts. We will soon have previews that are 6 silver, and then whoever's on the main channel will get 6 gold. So in the plus 99 era, you can road this twice, and that is going to be awesome. Without plus 99 MP, you would need to hit this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because it does proc the plate. So you would do this, you'd need 7, but you're starting loaded with some, so I would just do something like this top row, maybe make that so that you don't accidentally cause a cascade, although it's still entirely possible. So now you would be loaded the way you're supposed to be. You're going to lay these down. These are strength 273,059, and I would personally put them towards the bottom. That's my preference on it. And now you've got them out right there. You can see that the Rock is doing an extra 682k damage per power gem now. That's awesome. And then you do a 7x4, so I'm just going to do the top 4. It is going to wipe out a good portion of the ones that the Foley's plate hit, but it did add 2 more. And we're punching up 6 bronze against a 6 silver. Flawless reload. That one did about 10 million turn 1 with a flawless recycle. Now, 6 silver would buff that up a bit more. And of course, we are now in the gold era. So 6-star gold is going to be even more. You can see I took about half his health. But I promise there's some things that you're going to want to see that maybe do even more stuff. So Let me hit these just real quick so you can see how this stacks. Because now, well, unfortunately, he took away a bunch of mine. So I'm still going to do those because the 7x4 area. Now these ones right here are doing an extra 50K. Those are 680. Hit it one more time. No, I'm not going to sing it. I thought about it, though. It did come to mind. Trust me. Hit me back. Nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Boom, there's the rest of his health. That's that move set. About 13 million adjusted down to 10. Let me show you something else. The next moveset I'm going to call Mama Rhodes because it steals your will to live and makes you yellow. So this one is by far his most versatile moveset. It has so many things it does that your trainers are going to have to be run in multiple different ways or could be run multiple different ways. And I'll show them a few. One is, of course, your move damage, which is fairly significant, but keep in mind in this 6-star gold meta we just entered into, double and a half the health pools means their move damage really has to be strong in order to go through. So without the Ghost Whopper plate, I really don't recommend that. Then you've got the Steel Health, which is also very, very stout. You've got the sub, and you've got 49 random gems into yellow. So he's doing all of that in one shot. This is a beginning move, the 7 MP Sharpshooter. Deal damage across your turns, 8 submission gems that are yellow subs, and then they don't actually turn into anything when they're left over. That's kind of old school there. And then the Spine Buster, deal damage and steal health. And then the People's Elbow, deal damage and make 49 random gems into yellow. So the first trainer set you see there, I am running the Steel Health set. So you can see you're going to need Kofi for more MP, and then you're going to need Santa Hogan to start loaded turn 1 in feud, which means you have your 1 trainer, 1 coach additional because your 7 MP move is going to charge the rest of them. Very much similar to Diamond Dallas Page, although DDP throws out his other gems first, and then you can charge with the sub. You've got your Mr. Clubber Lang here for 150% more health steal, and Zombie Daniel Bryan. I know he's not in the game anymore. I don't have him, but a lot of people do. So I went ahead and put him on here for 31% more health steal, stealing 12 million health. Now keep in mind, 6 silver, 6 bronze, 6 gold now has 30 to 50, sometimes up to 70 million health. So that is not as impressive anymore as it might have been. However, you're doing so many other forms of damage, that's just icing on the cake. I've also got on the strap a 200% yellow move damage, so you can see how that scales. And the Ronda's jacket, whenever you generate 3 or more sub gems, increase your yellow gem damage by 100%. So again, there's a lot of different types of damage going on here. This is the Smashquez versatility era damage is what this is here. Let me show it to you. Plus 99 MP, you're going to go ahead and start with the Steel Health and then go into the sub or finisher. Without that, you would need it. But just to note, you're at 6 million move damage here. Not a lot of move damage on this one, and then this doesn't benefit from it. So even if you're using the Ghost Whopper, you're really, really only buffing up the finisher, which you really need to see in the 30 to 50 million range if you're really going to get after 6 gold. But really anything 20 and more is going to be okay. So we'll see that in a minute. But you're going to have to start out with the sub. It's going to turn into yellow, so you're going to want to place where you match at least like a 5 match, and then put the rest where you hope he will not break them. You could also buff the sub damage, of course, but again, it's not that impressive in terms of the 6-star silver meta, let alone moving into and now arriving in the 6-star gold meta. And again, the subs don't do anything. Like, they don't come back to anything. It's kind of interesting to me. But you could just go ahead and steal health and sub him again. And that's going to be what a lot of people do. It's a defensive build, but you literally steal the health, which it did not register, or maybe it won't until we get into the thing. And then you just sub. You steal health, you sub. You steal health, you sub. They don't ever get anything. Or you can hit the finisher, which is going to make 49 random gems, which is the whole board. So I don't know why it just doesn't say that. The whole board yellow, and you have the yellow gem damage. So that's your boss breaker. That's your stip tour. That's your, whatever that you've got going on right there. But either way, you can see this is a very control moveset, and most people are not going to move past the steel health and sub because it's just going to get that big a damage, right? So boom, here's another 12 million. So now we've done 24 million just on the steel health, straight into the sub, reload all your moves, and you don't really have to worry about leaving any as long as you just have enough that it doesn't break them right away. Boom, it's going to steal his health right here, or it should. It didn't. All right, so that'll be fixed by the time things go. Steel health is not working as intended, but you get the idea. It's gonna work amazing as you go. So that's kind of this one. I will show you it with move trainers on here, but again, you'd need to break at least the 20 million mark in this current meta to really get things moving. So let's look at that. All right, same moveset, except we're swapping out a couple things. So Asuka here, yellow moves that deal damage will deal 100% more damage, plus yellow moves start with 2, so you don't need Santa Hogan. Then we've got Gooker for any color moves deal 40% more damage, and Hall of Fame Rick Rude for yellow moves that deal damage will deal 40% more damage. I am also going to go ahead and just, instead of doing multiple pieces on this, show you the Ghost Whopper plate. Most don't have it. It's not available anymore, but I do know a number of people who do have that and would like to kind of see how does that deal with things. And the nice thing is we can see his finisher damage right off, so it's not like we would have a question mark of what would it be without it. I'll just point that out first. So let me show you the move damage version of this, and we'll get to some other stuff. So without invoking the Ghost Whopper, right here you'd be doing 14 million damage at 6 bronze. That's going to be in the 16, 17 million range at 6 silver, which theoretically puts it closer to 20 million, 6 gold. So it's on the cusp of it basically works. However, the fact that you can steal 12 million health here, I think is going to be the bigger play. I think that's your way to go. However, if you were to run this post 99 MP, you're going to go ahead and put out the sub, make sure you fill your moves, and then leave the rest where you're not going to get them all broken, and then you just hit Steel Health and go straight into that. So with the Ghost Whopper, it's going to buff up the move. The Steel Health move will buff up the finisher, and you'll kind of see that damage once he finishes his turn. All right, there we go. So you're at 17 million, so you would go straight into this one. You're going to steal the 5 million health, although it's still not working quite properly, and then you do a 19 million finisher. So it does work, but again, move damage is going to have to go a lot higher in order to be relevant at all this meta. So you're really focusing on that sub into steel combo and really just controlling him. But does work. There you go. The last move set we're going to look at is what I'm going to call the It's Boss Time, but not that boss. Final boss time. This is his special gem build. You're going to start with Juggernaut gems here. 6 MP purple, the slap. Choose one row to make into 2 turn Juggernaut gems. It'll make 5 random gems, so 7 times 5 if they don't get broken, into botch on every countdown, and then make 49 botch gems into purple at the end of the countdown. So there's Juggernaut plus purple plus botch. Then your Samoan drop, because you're going to need to load your black move. Seen it already, but deal damage. 6 MP purple, deal damage. Choose 10 to make into black. And if the opponent generates silence gems, you steal their turn and those gems. And then the rock bottom finisher, deal damage plus bonus damage for every botch gem. On the trainer entourage, you're going to need Woods and Santa Hogan if you want to start loaded turn 1 in feud. Then you've got Andrade, the new Andrade. Botch gems do 75% more damage, and black moves start with 2 more MP. I'd almost wish that would be purple moves instead of black moves, because then this move set would go off turn 1 without Santa Hogan. And then you just put one of your botch gem trainers in the remaining spot. I've got Stacy for 50% more. There's There's not really a common plate that you would need, although you could do a color one. So I did just go ahead. I didn't put it on the graphic because you don't need it. But I mean, if you've got the Hitman's armor there, whenever you make botch gems, you deplete 4 MP from each one. I kind of want to test it to see if it works since it's pulling off the Juggernauts. It might not, but either way, it's not vital to the build. So let's see this final one. Without plus 99 MP, you are going to need to use your purple move to load your black move. So I would do this here. Throw this one out. Then you will use this for a very specific purpose to load your black move by making a 5 match and then a 3 match. That old song and dance. So you hit the 3. Hopefully you don't cascade. You hit the 5. It did cascade. So you could do it without the 3. And then basically you're going to have your botch gems go off turn 1, right off the bat there for it. But it's all right. We'll eat a turn. We'll simulate the way it would go because, sometimes you don't want to see perfect gameplay. There's your botch, which now I've got to break a couple of them. So we've got our botch gems on the board, and it made them purple. You know what? We're going to have to do this one again. But the good side of things, it didn't do a lot of damage either. All right, pretend this is turn 1 and I didn't mess this up horribly. So we're going to lay our Juggernaut gems. I would say lay them down there. Now we've got the board to play with. So now I see the point of Andrade. So forget what I said before. Andrade does the right color as he should. So we're going to make that right there. Bop, bop. We're going to break that right there, which is going to cause the botch gems to flood the board. So now on our finisher, we are dealing damage plus 220k additional damage for every botch gem. And then on the next turn, it'll make it purple, which reloads the moveset. And as you can see, did 8 million damage, so 16 million damage, so 32 million damage at 6-star gold. Not bad. Not bad at all. So those are your 3 movesets for Rock. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Like this video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and then be sure and check us out on Fridays because we do a power rating of each character. And this week, we will be doing Andrade and The Rock to see just exactly where this chase character stacks up to previous chases. Let me know what moveset you like best in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.